Hello, I'm Janet.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Amber.
And we are two girls and a bottle of wine.
Someday, guys.
I don't believe you. Because men like boobs and girls like wine. It's fine. I got it all. We're fine.
I got all confused because we were paused. And
it's because we were waiting on you. It's fine. Are you filing your nails?
No, I'm taking out nail polish, remember?
Oh.
What are you fueled by? Coffee?
Oh. Yeah, I'm fueled by coffee and sarcasm.
You've got finger condoms on.
I do.
Nice.
They're like clips. They're little alligator clips.
Oh.
So, yes, that's what I was doing. Sorry.
Well, happy Wednesday, guys. Another week in quarantine.
Another long week. Every week is just extremely excruciating long.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
And I'm not even staying at home every day. Today was my first day working from home, and it's at the end.
How was it?
It was okay. I had a lot of calls. We had some missing specimens, and so I spent a lot of time on the phone, so I didn't get done nearly as much as I thought I would.
Mm.
Yeah, that's my life every day.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I did math today, and that between my meetings that I have a day, which is probably equivalent to like 5 to 6 hours per day of meetings, I also get around 135 emails a day. So if I were to actually respond to every single email, it would give me like less than a minute to actually read and respond to every single minute or every single email.
Wow.
And that's not even including doing actual work. So,
wow, yeah. That's overwhelming.
Yeah. A little bit, but that's okay. That's why I tell people if you actually need me for something via email, you need to send it to me twice, or you need to ping me and say, "Hey, read my email."
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. But the weather's been nice here in Colorado.
It has been.
Yeah, we've been going on our daily walks, and it's just gorgeous.
It's very pretty.
Yeah. So what's going on? You guys have any stories to share?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, mine was more work-related. I know I missed that transition. So I was on a call today, and I feel like this is relatable to anybody who's working from home right now. And there was a guy on the phone who obviously his family, he's working from home like everybody, and his family's in the background. And he had a major presentation piece during this meeting, and his wife and kids, I don't know what they were doing, and I don't know why it sounded so bad, but it sounded as if they were like standing right next to him crying and like hitting things, and it was like
oh my gosh.
And this happened throughout the entire thing. And somebody goes, if anyone else is not on mute, can you just like mute yourself, please? And nope, everyone did, and it was him, and it was this guy, and he like didn't miss a beat, just kept going with his spiel. And I was telling Pat, if it would have been me, I would have been like, hey, give me just a second. Hey, family, give me like 10 minutes and just let's play the quiet game for 10 minutes and then like come back. Because it was so distracting, I could not concentrate during that portion because I was just laughing at the kids who were crying in the background. But
I feel for people with kids.
Was he leading the meeting?
He wasn't leading it, but he was like a main presenter. He had like 2 or 3 spots where it was 100% just him explaining something.
Gotcha. Because it drives me nuts when people don't mute themselves when they're not talking. So I'm like, how did you not mute yourself?
That's yeah. Amber sent us a story about a reporter who was working from home, and he went on air wearing a suit coat and no pants, not realizing that everyone could see his legs.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. It was on Good Morning America, too, for a segment about pharmacies using drones to deliver prescriptions to patients.
I'm surprised more people haven't done something like that in error.
Right.
That hasn't ended up online somehow.
And he took to Twitter because people were calling him out on Twitter. And he responded, "I've arrived," in the most hilariously mortifying way possible. And he let everyone know that he did have shorts on.
Yes, he was wearing shorts.
That's hilarious. I have constant fear of that. So I never have my video on. I'm always on mute because I never know when Butterfly is going to yell or the husband will walk in. He's really good about not, but every once in a while he'll like walk in and be like, hey, I need you to braid my hair. It's Willie Nelson's birthday. And
yeah, it is.
He's like, hey, are you working right now? And I'm like, no, I'm done for the day. I'm getting ready to go podcast. He's like, will you braid my hair? It's Willie Nelson's birthday. And I was like, yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Hilarious. Did you French braid it or just regular braid
Just the Willie Nelson braid.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you are attached to him on social media, you can look forward to those photos.
Can't wait.
Yay. Amber, do you have any Nick stories?
I don't know that I have any Nick stories, except for the fact that I was told that I got the door story wrong.
Oh.
Okay.
And he was upset that I didn't clarify that it wasn't that he measured wrong. It was that the door that he bought had the hinges in the wrong location.
So what's the status of the door?
We still don't have one.
Oh. Okay.
I mean,
no
we
progress.
have a door, but he doesn't want to spend the money, so it's like $400, $500 because we found the exact door that we want. But we also have to get it specially ordered because we need a doggy door. And so
I thought of you. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I told him to talk to Pat about the door, and he wouldn't do it.
So we're going to go buy a door tomorrow, actually.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to take like a couple hours off in the morning, and we're going to go grocery shopping, and we're going to go get a storm door for our back door and put a doggy door in that.
Nice.
Because we already have a doggy door, and that's supposed to go in a door, and we just don't have a door to put it in. So we're going to go. I mean, we could put it in the back door, but then like, what if you get someone who doesn't, and we don't want it all the time, accessible all the time, blah, blah, blah. So we're just going to buy a storm door to put on the outside and then put the doggy door in the storm door. And it's like $100. Whereas the doggy doors are like $300.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So Nick's really mad about it.
That's why you need to learn to be a carpenter and build your own, right?
Yeah. Well, so I told him, so he could actually probably like cut out the door, the doggy door on the door that we have now, or another door. But he was trying to fix the lawnmower over the weekend, and it was a flippin' horrible entire weekend of him just getting mad and yelling in our garage, and all of our neighbors hearing him swear. And like every 3 seconds, he'd come into the house, he'd yell, and then he'd go back into the garage, and then he'd be like, "Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?" And I'd hear it for like 10 hours.
I would love that.
So I can't handle it anymore. So I would rather just spend $500 on a door and have it screw in, because he's still going to swear trying to get the door on and off. I know it. And instead of having to deal with his angry, stupid ass.
Do you guys find that since you're spending so much more time at home, you're finding that there are more projects that need to be done? No?
Well,
go ahead.
So because it's a new home, like since we just bought it, I think that it's different because there's all this stuff that we need to do. So I've been told that we need to focus on getting air conditioning installed first. Cause I was talking about the garden yesterday, because I want to create like the little garden bed and start growing some vegetables and doing some planting and stuff like that. And he's like, "No, air conditioning first."
Well, tip, if you are going to plant a garden, you need to do it now.
I know. You
can't wait, because otherwise it won't grow.
I know. That's why I told him. Apparently I need air conditioning first.
And air conditioning, you can probably, you just need a really good exhaust fan.
Nope, we're getting central air, Ashley.
I feel like with Amber having her warm flashes.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And Nick being just a hothead, they need pushed air.
I know. I've been sleeping with ice packs.
Oh my gosh.
Fan and the window open.
Do you have a room air conditioner?
No.
Because do you have your new house is multi-level, right?
Yeah.
So you'll probably want a room air conditioner, even if you do get central air, because our bedroom is always 5 to 10 degrees warmer than the downstairs.
Ours is 30 degrees warmer than the rest of the house.
So Ashley's probably onto something there. Our bedroom sits on the garage, so it's always in the winter much colder than the rest of the house.
Same here.
Yeah. In the summer it's much warmer.
Hotter.
Yeah.
Well,
why do they do that? That's stupid. Put the guest room over the garage.
Right?
I agree.
Goodness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Are you finding more projects, Janet?
It seems like we are. We turn around, the pond, now that it's warmer, Steve wanted to turn the waterfall on, and the pump's not working, so we had a pond guy come, and we're looking at rebuilding the pond, and we have been planting grass seed. These are things that Steve and I would typically ignore. But now that we're here all the time, it's this needs to be done. I was cleaning the floors yesterday, and I had to get on my hands and knees to get this spot up, and I looked under the stove, and I was like, we need to move that stove and sweep, because things go underneath it. How often do you move your stove and sweep under it?
Right? Not that often. Yeah.
Yeah. I found a sock.
A sock? Oh.
I feel like that could be dangerous under a stove.
You have cats, though. You have cats. So, when I had cats, the stove they would play with stuff on the ground, and then it would end up under the stove, and that's how they stopped playing with it.
We never thought about that until now. So that's this weekend's project.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of yard work. I am so sick of dandelions.
They're everywhere.
God, I have a ton.
That's all I've been doing is, every time I have 20 minutes in between a meeting and I need some fresh air, I'll go out and I'll pick 15, 20 dandelions and then move on with my life.
It's a constant battle. I did it on Sunday, and then today there's 4 or 5 more in our front yard, and I'm like,
oh my God.
You can't win.
My goal is to get them all.
Yeah.
It's become a game now. It's me against the dandelions.
Who's going to win?
It's going to be me.
Okay.
I'm determined, Janet.
Oh, I believe
before
you.
And after pictures.
Okay. Let's do that. We had a lot of Bachelor World news this week. Amber was flooding our text message.
I know. I was bored in a meeting, and I just happened to look in my Google thing, and it always gives me top topics that they think I want to see. And I was like, "Ooh, look at all this stuff!" And I had just found a bunch of other stuff when we were signing on for today. That's new in the last 10 hours.
I feel like when I was looking at a couple of the links had to do with Tyler and Hannah. I feel like they should feel so thankful for quarantine, because their 10 seconds of fame has been extended to 30.
Oh, for sure.
It's insane. Yeah. So this week they came out both saying they were single and not dating anyone. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was taking a drink of my wine. I'm sorry. Yeah, so they are single, not dating. But there was something where he said, we're starting out as friends. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, so you're starting. And then
they're just starting off as friends.
And then also, I think that Tyler should be thankful that he's not becoming a dad right now, because Gigi Hadid is pregnant.
I saw that article too.
I did see that, yes.
I was like, oh my God. And I thought...
Are we sure it's not Tyler's?
Well, I was trying to do the math on that, because I was like, if she's having a gender reveal party, she's 16 weeks, which means that it had to be January.
Oh my God, drama.
And yeah, so I was doing some math there. But I think that they only dated in the fall, right?
Yeah.
So I think it was, I don't think it's him.
I did find it interesting in one of the articles you said that Hannah has admitted to picking his boogers.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I read that.
Oh.
She had said, she was the number one thing I didn't like about him is that he always has boogers hanging out. Which I can understand, because he is a really tall guy.
Oh, that's true.
And I dated a really tall guy once, and like you're constantly looking up into their nose. So it's like, just clear those puppies out.
How tall was this guy, Ashley?
The guy that I dated, he was like 6'2", 6'3".
Oh, because you're relatively tall.
I'm 5'6", so.
Oh, okay. See, I haven't seen you in forever. Dang it.
I think you're taller than me, Janet.
I'm 5'8".
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so more Tyler, Hannah. Will they, won't they?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I hope they do eventually.
And then Claire Crawley came out shaming people.
Yes. She was shaming them for
doing cameos.
Cameos, that's right.
Which is where you can pay a star to send a personal message to a friend for like their birthday or something. Or yeah, I'd do it.
I mean, I
Miranda, I'd play it over and over.
It's just an interesting concept, cameo. But she was shading people that like, you're not already on my seat, or you're not even on the season yet, and you're already doing this. And everybody thought it was because of Matt James, which is why I sent it, because I knew that Ashley liked Matt James. And she came out like,
he's like famous in his own right.
Right.
But he had already been gathering some notice because of Tyler, I think.
Right.
Just because they were all doing that food thing and stuff like that before everything went down. And so, but she did come out like a couple hours later and was like, oh, that wasn't what I meant.
Right.
Like,
so
you're going to be trouble.
Matt James, and there was another contestant from her season who's a former NFL player, Dale Moss. That's the only other person from this season on Cameo. So she was either talking about one or both of them.
And it sounds like both of them have some kind of, why can't I have words today?
I don't know.
Other means of popularity besides her. Wow, that's a little self-centered and egotistical of her.
Yeah. People were going after her saying, that she's sabotaging her own season.
Well, and I want to see her season eventually play, because I think it'll be interesting to see, since she is an older bachelorette. But at the same time, I have my reservations regarding Claire, because I wasn't a huge fan of her during Juan Pablo's season.
I wasn't either. I was just excited to see someone older, because she, at the age of 39, will be the oldest woman to become the bachelorette if that happens.
Crazy. I think they should let Andy Dorfman do it again.
I saw a list of like the 10, I should have sent this to you guys, like the 10 like most unpopular bachelorettes, and Andy was on there, Caitlyn was on there. I was like, what?
Was it all
Becca was on there? Maybe. You have an opinion, you suck.
Yeah. It's like, if you can't just sit back and be quiet, nobody wants to listen to you.
Wow, isn't that like life?
Oh, yeah. Preach.
And then your favorite guy, Nick Viall, called Madison Pruitt vain and a liar.
This was amazing. I loved the article. Like, the entire time I was reading the article, I was just like they didn't have the Giphy that I really wanted to send you guys, which was like somebody standing up and like adamantly clapping and being like, yes, yes, yes. Preach. I forgot I should have looked that one up.
That Madison was the one that was accused of creating a fake fan account.
Yeah.
I forgot until this article.
Well, so it had come at a time. So I hadn't been listening to a lot of Caitlin Bristow's episodes yet. And so I had just listened to the one where she interviewed Madison before that article came out. And I was like, And she brings up Caitlin asks her, did you really comment on your own Instagram account?
Which I don't understand in this day and age. Why can't you just own that and be like, yeah, I did. I just wanted people to like me. Like, right? I would not judge you for saying that.
But the fact that she didn't.
Right.
And one of her friends owned up to it after probably some payment was exchanged.
Right.
And that's what Nick was referring to in his initial comments.
Yeah. And he says in the article, or whatever article you sent, he also goes on to talk about exactly what I complained about her for, and that you are going about this and saying how righteous you are and all of these things. And now I don't have the article in front of me to remember what he was saying. But whatever it was, he was basically saying you are being hypocritical here. Like,
right.
You can't say like, oh, I don't do that, and then you turn around and do that. Like,
right. I know.
So it just summed up all my feelings about Madison, and I was like, yeah, totally done. Oh, because I think there was also something in there about Kelly. Like, she was like so upset about Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly like wasn't reaching out, and like,
They were besties in the house, and nor Peter reached out to Madison to discuss the fact that they were quarantining together for a minute.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, nobody owes you that.
No.
Yeah.
You guys were on the season together. Like, you all knew. You were all going after the same person. And it doesn't really matter whether she reached out to you or not. But now you're just not going to talk to her?
It's just a pond that I'm glad to sit back and observe from the banks. And the whole Bachelor world, like, it's entertaining to observe, but I would never in a million years, probably because I'm older, wiser, maybe wiser, I don't know. I just wouldn't want to get involved in that drama.
No, it seems like a lot. I actually didn't mind the women on Peter's season, and they all seemed to, like, for the most part, get along with each other, or at least, like, have some camaraderie that they didn't have in other seasons that we've seen with the women. But at the same time, like, there's a lot of them I would not want to be. There's too much drama. I can't handle it all.
Right. What articles did you find from recent? Anything noteworthy?
Well, this one is new, but, like, I feel like everybody already knows this. So a couple hours ago, Peter Weber and Kelly Flanagan stated that they are officially dating.
Aw, did they?
It's official.
So they are now exclusive.
Yay.
And are still kind of quarantining back and forth when Peter doesn't have to actually work, because he does still have to work.
He flies
for
planes.
flying for Delta.
That's good that he wasn't laid off.
I know. Because I guess he, like, posted something about flying and everybody, like, lost their shit. He's like, I'm a pilot. Like, I can't not
It's
fly.
my job.
So, and then, let's see. They also talk about...
go ahead.
So, which I think we already knew about, but we're not going to get Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting a series of different Bachelor and Bachelorette episodes. So, like, the top 10, starting on June 8th, we're going to be getting a 10-episode event series titled The Bachelor, the Most Unforgettable Ever.
And I feel like if you go on YouTube, there's like 20 million different versions of that same thing.
Like, I'd rather just see, I don't know, something else.
Please don't make me watch these.
Like, I just...
No promises, Ashley. No promises.
I quit the podcast if you make me watch it. At least for those 10 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I think it would be more interesting if they played, like, the Australian version
right?
of The Bachelor.
Yes!
See that?
That would be amazing.
Like, why wouldn't we watch that instead of rewatching multiple episodes?
In real life, single people are likely still dating, just not in person. Why couldn't they do something
right?
Yeah.
Electronic dating-wise? I feel like it would be easy.
I agree. I mean, there's all, like, eHarmony just came out with something where you can virtually date the people that you match with. Like, I'm sure you could do something.
They could partner with Zoom.
Yeah.
Bachelor Zoom dates. I read an article later last week about Ben Higgins and how he has come out and said that he and Jessica are abstaining from sex until marriage. I was shocked about that. Amber's face. Obviously, she didn't hear that.
I did not.
I'm not shocked because that is Jessica. Jessica Clark is that good person that's wholesome.
So have they had sex up till now? And
No.
now they're just abstaining? Oh,
No.
they're just abstaining in general.
They just haven't.
Huh.
Which is, that's fine.
I mean,
for
yeah,
them.
to each their own. I feel like you gotta test drive the car before you buy it.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Well, Anyway.
Any other stories that you want to discuss?
I don't think so. Oh, what's that? Oh, no. All
Let's
these
jump
damn
in.
pop-ups.
Let's jump into Listen to Your Heart.
Do
What?
we want to say what we're drinking? Are you guys not drinking? Am I the only one drinking?
I have a Malibu
Yeah.
and Diet. It's the same thing every time. What are you
Do
drinking?
guys- yeah.
Amber,
I have
was-
this rosé.
She's got the whole bottle.
I know,
oh,
because the bottle is really cool.
it is very
It is
pretty.
cool.
Excited about it. I've had it on my wish list of wines that I wanted to try, and it's called Côte de Rosé.
Is it a splurge?
I don't even remember.
Fantastic. Don't drink and shop for alcohol, Amber.
Judging by the bottle, I'm going to say yes.
I want to say it was probably like $25.
And to describe the bottle to the listeners, it kind of looks like the bottom of a crystal glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's like it's shattered, but it's not. Like it's kind of...
Like that could be like decor after you're done with the wine.
I know. It's going to be great.
That's pretty. Well, cheers.
Use a fill it with sand.
Yes.
Glitter
sand. I knew it.
Yes. That is what I will be doing.
Now let's jump into the train wreck of Listen to Your Heart.
Train wreck.
I know. You guys love it, don't you?
We
you
do.
love
Yes.
it. Love it.
Love it.
So we're back. We start after the rose ceremony. It's a sunny morning. We're at the Bachelor Mansion 2.0, I guess.
It was a very slow start to the episode.
I agree.
Like, it took a little while to get get into everything, and I had no idea who Gabe was because he had glasses on.
I didn't know who Gabe was with or without the glasses. Him and Danny, I'm like, who are these people?
Oh, yeah.
And we see Brandon pulling Julia aside by the water cooler.
Yeah, trying to back out of, or trying to dig himself out of the hole.
Oh, yeah. I knew you were going to get
anytime-
chosen. I knew you were safe, and I didn't want
Yeah.
Savannah to leave, so I didn't pick you. But I want to see
horrible.
what we can do now.
Yeah. Little does he know that Chris Harrison is about to come in and shake his world up.
Yes. And he said everything was about to change. And he came in and said, the next time I see you, I only want to see couples that are serious about taking the next step moving forward.
So they all had to make their decisions now. Like that morning, they had to make it by noon
Yeah.
or something. And he said that if you're not going to move forward as a couple, then you need to leave.
Yep.
That was
I feel
legit.
Like you should also do that.
Ultimatum. What is this? Week 3? Week 3.
Week 3.
Like, it is getting cutthroat. And, some of the couples, they were cool. But, Brandon's face.
It's week 3 for us, but it's day 4 for them.
Right? So it feels fast for us. It's even faster for them.
Yeah. It was funny to watch all their faces.
Yeah.
So they start showing the couples coupling off and going to have their conversations. So, Bree and Chris, they sit down as if they're not going to move forward with each other.
Yeah.
So they're
Rudy-
obviously going forward. Go ahead. Sorry.
Rudy and Matt,
Yep.
and then Trevor and Jamie.
And Ryan and
yeah.
Natasha, which came
Yeah.
out of left field last week, but I guess
It did.
they are solid.
Yeah. Appears that way. Mm-hmm. And then there's Becca and Gabe. Is that correct? No, Becca and Danny.
Becca and Danny.
Yeah.
And in the middle of all this mess, they separate out into their little gender groups and talk about it. Which
Yeah,
I
which is
think
really
it's
awkward.
weird. Yeah. And that's when Julia voices her concerns to Savannah.
Yeah. And Savannah's face.
Well, she
was
tells
shocked.
she's telling the ladies that she and Brandon had a very significant conversation. And yeah, she looks completely shocked and says, I didn't know any of this was an issue. I want whoever's going to choose me to be all in. Well, you picked the wrong dude.
Yeah,
He's a playa.
I still love Savannah. I hate Brandon, and I'm not a huge fan of Julia.
I am a huge non-fan of Julia. She is mean girl material. I loved her first
Julia
week.
hater.
Ever since then, bye.
I really
Canceled.
wanted in that first episode, I really wanted Julia and Sheridan to work out because they are so different. But then the more that I get to know her, I'm like, oh, Sheridan, you need someone better, buddy.
Yeah.
She's
Sheridan and
we'll get into
Savannah.
it, but-
bad news.
That would have been a
Yeah.
good pair.
It would have been.
I don't think
No.
he's man enough for Savannah.
Do you
Oh,
see
I
that
can
hair? Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of a little baby. At least he has known Julia. I haven't seen like the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just seen like the timid little boy.
So Savannah goes out to cry, and Gabe is an idiot. Doesn't even acknowledge the
God.
fact that she's crying. Approaches.
Yeah. I was like, she has like tear stains on her eyes or on her cheeks when he comes up.
And he starts complaining about how it's so hard with Ruby.
Yeah. And that he really feels like he has a connection with Savannah. And she was like, really?
Yeah, she was like, I had no idea.
Right? Who are you? What's your name?
You're just my friend, buddy.
And he says, I know confidently that there's no way in which I could honestly continue on the show if I wasn't coupled with you. And she's like, heavy sigh.
Yeah. I have to give it to her, though, because she knew that she was probably going to end up going home. Or she had thought that because she didn't think that Brandon was going to choose her. So she could have like stayed with Gabe just to like stay on the show, and she didn't. She was honest with Gabe, and
That
said
is
there
why
wasn't a
we like
romantic
Savannah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, she says that they have a friendship, but nothing more. And so he like properly excuses himself from the house.
Yeah,
And-
and he has to tell Ruby that she has to go home, and I was glad she went home.
She was not, again, on my radar at all. I'm like,
Well, she like made the comment. She's like, I feel like it didn't even get a chance. And I'm like, well, technically
he
nobody
didn't.
has.
Yeah.
No.
And then Savannah kind of breaks down, runs away from the camera people.
Yeah, and I do like, we've talked about this before, but I really like Matt because he was like, poor Savannah, and he's like feeling for her and he's thinking about her, but he's also like not like overstepping his boundaries. So
Right. Well, at least not that we see.
not that we see, yes. So then stupid Brandon comes to talk to Savannah.
Reminding
Yep.
her that he wanted to play the field all along.
He's like, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Idiot.
Yeah.
But they still decide to move on with one another.
Yeah.
And I did
mean-
not like how he was like, do you want to move forward or do you want to go home and cry?
I know. Well, I think he was like trying to be funny, but
He was trying to
He's
be
not
funny.
funny.
You're
I
like,
did
this
not
is
laugh.
Not the time.
No.
Yeah.
So they move forward, which
So then-
this is. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, Savannah then walks in on the girls telling Julia that Brandon and her had talked.
Yeah.
And she was
Yep.
like, oh, I feel like I'm walking in on something. And yeah, she totally was.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like, no, but we're not going to continue talking. We're just going to stare at you.
And then
then-
Julia's conflicted. But I have a question, and maybe I missed this. At any point, does Brandon go tell Julia, hey, I picked Savannah?
No, at least not that we see.
Not that we see, no.
Okay.
We believe that only the women have said it to her, and that Savannah doesn't appear to be upset anymore. So we can gather that Julia probably figures, okay, well, he chose her. And this is where I kind of wanted to kick Sheridan a little bit, because
Right.
he like comes out to comfort Julia as she's upset and crying because she's so bothered by Brandon and Savannah.
Yeah, and she says, I definitely had something with Brandon. I'm trying to process all of it.
Yeah.
But
That's
then
annoying.
by the time Chris Harrison summons them, they seem to be fine.
Yeah.
Everybody's good, and Sheridan's hopeful that him and Julia are going to be able to move forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Barf.
So then Chris Harrison makes the announcement that each couple will be assigned a song to perform in front of a live audience and a panel of celebrity judges, quotations, swear to God, and former Bachelor Nation couples. Right?
Yep. And the judges get to pick who stays and who goes.
Yep. And at the end of all of this, whoever wins, the couple ends up getting to sign with a producer and go on tour.
Right. Which is clarity I've been looking for this entire time. I'm like,
I know, I
what
thought
did they
it would
get?
happen.
What did they get? And now I know.
And no offense to Bachelor, but given Bachelor's track record, this could be really, really bad for these people's career.
Right?
I know.
And then I don't know if you guys caught this, but Brandon makes a joke about like, oh, no pressure, guys. And then Julia is like cackling at it. I was like, you laughed way too hard at that joke. It was not that funny.
She is not cool.
She's not. She needs to go.
So then they start rehearsing.
Yes.
And Julian, what?
No,
But I
go
was
ahead.
going to say, Pat just made the comment that he's like, I don't ever want to hear that song by Cheap Trick ever again.
So when Julia and Sheridan are rehearsing, she is such a big baby. She keeps getting distracted by Brandon and Savannah, who are harmonizing just feet away. I'm struggling with this right now. Whatever.
Like, and she was like purposely trying to like seek them out. Like, it felt like she was trying to like go to parts of the house where she could see them.
Right.
Right.
Annoying.
And she says what she had with Brandon is what she's missing with Sheridan.
Oh, we did we miss talking about Danny and Becky, or Danny and Becca getting the photo shoot?
No, that's next.
They were kind of flashing back and forth between
Yeah,
the
it was
two.
kind of hard to tell.
So now it's time for the first date of the week, and that's where Becca and Danny, who I didn't quite know who they were still.
Yeah.
They go to a
I was
house.
kind of excited to see them because I was like, okay, well, we haven't seen much of them,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't that thrilled with their date.
Well, it looked like it would be fun. They go to a random house in Hollywood,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
assuming, where they have a mini like photo shoot with stylist to the stars, Rebecca Mink.
Yeah, which I had no idea who the fuck that was.
No.
Yeah, neither did I.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think later, well, we can just do their whole date right now. We don't have to bounce back and forth, but
Well, there just wasn't much to the date. I
they
felt
like take photographs in like the clothes that she styles them in, and then they go in the hot tub, and it's like so awkward the whole time.
She
And
dodges
I'm
him
wondering,
so hard.
does Danny not realize he's gay yet? Like,
I know, right?
that's how I felt the entire time.
Guys, you can't say stuff like that.
Sure, we can.
Oh.
We have gay friends.
Yeah. I got a
I have
gaydar.
gay friend. I have gay friends that say that. They're
Amber?
like, that straight man just doesn't know he's gay yet.
Amber, you're disappearing into the sunlight. Like the sunlight
Yes.
is eating you.
That's what I was going for.
Okay. Yeah, it was very awkward.
Yeah, it was.
And then they go back to the mansion where Julia is talking to Jamie about how phony Savannah and Brandon's relationship is. It's none of your business.
Right?
And
Jeez. Ugh.
I don't understand her like hating on them because I think have we gotten to where her and Savannah talk?
Oh my
No.
god. No, I think that's
Not yet.
next.
No. She indicates that their PDA went from 0 to 100 and that she wanted to leave because of Savannah.
Yep.
I don't really. I don't know.
And then Julia pulls Savannah aside for the chat.
Oh my god, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, she says during this conversation, I don't have feelings for Brandon, so that's not what it's about. It's because I don't think you're here for the right reasons. Like, why would you suddenly
You're disingenuous.
have so much?
Yeah.
Right. Why would you have so much PDA? Which, like, in Savannah's defense, I wouldn't be PDAing on everybody if, like, you had to pick someone at the end. And then once she got that validation back, she's like, okay, now I can express, like, how I actually feel.
I mean, Savannah actually, I felt like handled it fairly well, the confrontation. Like, she could have freaked out.
But that is
I
why
felt
we love Savannah.
Right. Like, I think she was kind of like, it's not your business. Like, why does
Right.
it matter to you?
Exactly.
And Julia's like, well, it really doesn't. I don't really care. Then why are you even talking?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Who cares?
What
Go
was the
focus
point?
on your own relationship.
Yeah. Why even have the conversation? Like, what did you think was going to come out of it?
Right.
It's weird.
And then we go to the second date of the week. Ryan and Natasha.
I knew you were going to be excited about this.
Excited about it.
You guys.
I love Chris Lane and Lauren. I think they're adorable. And they sang, so they go to like their concert or whatever. And
At the
they-
House of Blues.
Yes. And they sing Big, Big Plans, which is the song that Chris wrote and sang for the first time to Lauren when he proposed to her. And the video is so cute.
It's so
I loved it. I was in heaven. That's great.
And then Ryan and Natasha get up on stage with Chris.
Yep.
Yes.
and they sing a little.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
And that's all I have.
That's it. Yeah, there
Okay.
wasn't really much to that date either.
Yeah, I mean, there might have been more, but we didn't see it.
Yeah, we didn't
I was
see
super
it.
excited about Chris Lane, and Lauren's fine. But it's
And I
fine.
love Lauren.
But I love Ben.
I know. I love Ben too. I love them both the same.
It was just another date for me.
So now we go to Matt and Rudy, who are rehearsing, and Rudy is feeling insecure about their performance because she thinks the other couples are further along on their journey.
Yep. So she
Yeah.
gets all sorts of anxious.
Yeah. And then Jamie and Trevor's rehearsal doesn't go well because Jamie
She
is
freaks out.
freaking out.
Oh my God. Hello, 21-year-old.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is it just a 21-year-old that's bringing the drama?
Yes.
Right?
Like we said last week, I think we were all immature at that age.
Yeah, she was
Amber was
spinning
not,
out
but
of control.
Ashley and I were. I remember.
I mean, I'm sure I was, yeah.
Yeah. So
I
then
agree.
Chris Harrison tells the crowd that the performers will be elevated on their singing or evaluated. I can't even read my own words. But the panel will also be looking at chemistry. Mm-hmm. And that's when they announce the judges.
Yes. So
What was
the
your
judges-
level of excitement about these judges?
Okay, so I love JoJo and Jordan.
I know.
And Jason Mraz is a great singer. Like, I love
Oh,
a lot
I
of his songs.
hate him.
I could care less about Kesha.
I thought you
I
liked
love Kesha. See, I feel like polar opposite. I hate Jason Mraz. I do not like. I like one of his songs, and that is it. The rest I could.
I have none of his. Yeah.
And then I love Kesha.
Yeah.
So then we get the couples. They start performing. We have up first Rudy and Matt
Yeah. And they
singing
seemed very comfortable.
Falling All in You by Shawn Mendes.
Oh, yeah. Falling all in you. Yeah, Shawn Mendes. By the way, because I know we said this on a previous podcast that we were like, Rudy has a really weird tone in her voice. I don't know if it was just the song or how she decided to sing it, but she sounded way better than how she has in the
I
past.
agree. Like, when she's singing in the house and she's not singing, like, on a performance, she sounds very different. It's like she's trying to make her voice sound different. But
Yeah.
once they got up on stage, they actually sounded really good together, and they seemed to balance each other out well.
Yeah.
And I liked that they were focusing on each other. Even though they have, like, room to grow and could probably become really strong competitors if they grow their chemistry, I thought they did really well.
Yeah. And I think that I like that they didn't 100% split it.
Yeah.
Like,
I
they
agree.
left, like, I think that they did a natural split on the song, the way that they, I don't know what those fancy terms are, how they separated it out.
Yeah. I know,
and
I agree.
By the way, at this point, Pat also makes a comment that Kesha looks like she smells bad. So I wrote it down.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was
agree.
funny, but I still love Kesha, so.
And Jason Mraz says that Rudy did an amazing job, and Kesha advises them to keep continuing to let each other shine as bright as you can.
Yep.
Yeah.
How do you get all these quotes? Do you, like, pause it in the middle
Yes.
and you write down the quote that they said?
I'll rewind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, how long does it take you to watch an episode?
Well, I fast forward through things I don't care about. Okay, couple number 2, Bree and Chris.
Was Brie and Chris. Beyond by Leon Bridges.
Oh, good. Because I was having a hard time gathering all the names of their songs.
I wrote them all down.
Nice job.
And their growing love shined through on their performance.
It did,
Yeah.
but I was glad that... So I agreed with when Jason Mraz was like, Brie seemed to... Like, Chris was really drawn into Brie, and Brie was kind of, like, going back and forth and, like, playing with the crowd, but, like, it didn't seem natural to me. Like, she was just... It was like she was uncomfortable consistently staring at Chris, so she was more, like, playing to the crowd than she was to Chris. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
She even has to defend herself and be like, yes, I am falling in love with him.
Yeah, exactly. But it'll be interesting to see where they go.
And then before the next couple, Jamie had a quote that made me stop. She says, I didn't know we were going to be judged in front of everyone.
She did say that. I forgot about that.
How do you forget about that?
Right? Like, how did you not think that was going to happen? Like, I don't know. She's special.
At this point, Patrick also said, I feel like they're setting up Jamie and Trevor to win this whole thing.
No.
So
Really?
I said that's his quote. So he thinks that they are
Going to be the
ultimate
underdog?
winners.
They're going to be the underdog, the people that she was questioning herself at the very beginning and come out to be the winners.
Yeah. Well, he said of the entire show.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, but, anyway. Go
What? No, go ahead.
I don't want to ruin it if anyone hasn't watched.
We're
Because
talking about every aspect of this show. If they haven't watched, they shouldn't be listening to our podcast.
Well, I mean, of the episode. Anyway. I'll make the comment
Amber,
when we get
what
there.
is she saying?
I'm actually not sure. I think she wants to comment on something that happens later, but she doesn't
Yes.
want to ruin it.
Oh, like someone might be listening to us and not actually watching the show, and you don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're cute. Okay. Couple number 3, Becca and Danny. Again, who?
Oh, this was so awkward, the whole thing.
That's what I wrote. So awkward.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't sound bad together, but I was really actually excited to kind of see how they played off of one another, and then they got up there, and I was like, oh.
But Jason
Yeah.
Mraz said they were shaky.
Yeah, it was
I
not
actually
good.
thought she had a pretty good voice.
She
I
did.
didn't like his.
Yeah, he needs to be in a boy band.
And then it was just, and then him trying to kiss her, like,
It was
and then
awkward.
the
Oh, but
facial
her-
expressions she made.
Her face has some like bendability that I can't do. Like when she moved her lips to the side, I watched the Roses and Rosé this week, and Lauren
Zima?
She
Oh, I
was
totally guessed at that.
she spent like 5 minutes talking about that, but I was like, yes, I'd caught a picture of it, and her mouth, I can't do it, it'll block my mouth, but it's like way off to the side of her face when he tries to kiss her.
She, she was the musical theater one. So she's like,
Oh, that's right.
Does that give you
Yeah.
more muscles in your mouth?
well, no, I feel like you have to have more expression because you're
true.
acting and singing at the same time.
Got it. Yeah, just a very awkward situation. So I didn't have anything else written down about them.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything with them either.
And then couple number
Nope.
4, Savannah and Brandon.
Yep.
I want you to want me.
Which I wanted this performance to be really good. And it
So
was
did I.
not.
It was not. I still really like Savannah's voice, but Savannah and Brandon just are not great together.
And that showed through.
Yeah. And I did like the version that they did. Like, I liked that they slowed it down. That was different.
Yeah.
But I just, it wasn't great.
No.
Yeah, and then I don't know what the quote, I don't remember what is said, but I have it written down that all of a sudden now, after watching them, Julia's now comfortable with her feelings for Sheridan. She's excited, and she can't wait for them to just show it off.
Well, I just wrote she's being a major bitch.
Yeah, there's that.
Always. So that brings us to the next couple, Julia and Sheridan, who sing As Long As You Love Me by the Backstreet Boys.
Wait. Before that, sorry. When they're delivering their feedback to Savannah, and Julia is standing in front of Sheridan.
Smirking.
And she is making comments and facial expressions based on the judges' feedback, which I was like, wow, you are so fucking rude. She's rude to them, and she's also being rude to Sheridan.
Right.
Because it's clear why she's reacting the way she is to that couple.
Yeah.
So Julia and Sheridan.
Now, I think that they did sound good together. They got the crowd going, but I think it's because Julia appears to be a very good actress. She sells it so
Oh my God.
well.
That's exactly what I wrote. Yeah.
She just wanted that to work out so badly, but she has no feelings for Sheridan, but everybody bought it because she's that good of an actress. Her and Becca should definitely swap careers.
Yeah. She looked fake to me. The
Yeah.
whole thing was fake. And it got to the point where I was like, I don't even like her voice anymore. I know she still has a good voice, but her facial expressions, how she was playing off of Sheridan, I just couldn't believe that the judges bought it.
I know. I don't know. And I think it really had a lot to do with Sheridan because you could feel it like...
He sold it. Yeah, totally.
Like, you could feel it from Sheridan, and Julia was just a really good actress.
Right.
Now, couple number 6, Ryan and Natasha. Natasha's voice, whoa.
Dude, I know. I wrote, damn, Natasha.
Right?
Like, she came out, and I was like, holy fuck.
And they sang a Rihanna song?
Yeah, they sang Stay by Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
And they sound so good. And I actually wrote at the beginning when they were practicing. I think they're one of the stronger couples, like vocal couples together.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
They're very good.
I mean, she's just amazing, but he's really good too.
I mean, I think I could see, I know that we still have one more couple to discuss, but I think that I could really see like Ryan and Natasha and Rudy and Matt towards the end.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know about... Oh, go ahead.
They're my top 2 favorite couples right now.
Yeah. I'm not confident in Bree and Chris. Like, I feel like there's something with Bree that I just can't put my finger on.
What did you say, Ashley?
I said they're going to tumble.
Oh, dang. So do you want to talk about the last couple?
We might as well.
It's Jamie and Trevor. And they sing a Maren Morris song, and I loved it.
I know. I did love the song. And they did a really great job.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they did well, but...
I didn't really like the tone and like the area that she was hitting, like the whatever it was. I was not in love with it. I haven't really been in love with her voice the entire time anyway.
No, like I thought that they did an okay job, but she just didn't seem comfortable. He just seemed way more comfortable in his tone and his voice and like what was happening on stage, where she, even though they said it didn't feel like it was strained, I still felt like she was trying to push it harder than she needed to.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very surprised by the feedback that the judges gave.
Yeah, they seemed to really like them.
Which I disagreed. I was like,
I know.
But were they like that because she was so insecure?
That's what I was wondering.
Like they felt bad for her little 21-year-old self?
Well, and that's what she gave. She gave that speech about I've never been comfortable in my own skin and blah blah blah. Which I kind of was like, you're saying that in front of Kesha. Like, I feel like this is a pity vote.
Because I felt like even her breathing didn't sound like it was following through during the songs. Like I wrote down they got better reviews than I was ready for.
Me too. Because originally I wrote, yeah, this isn't great. And then they came out and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's weird.
Maybe Pat's onto something.
Maybe.
And I think she's bipolar.
Yes.
She's just young.
Her high highs are really high. Her low lows are really low. I mean, there's no, she was, look at how she was right after it. She was crazy. And look at how she was right before it.
Yeah, she was a little insane. Manic episodes, it's fine.
I don't understand why they didn't, after all of the performances, just do the rose ceremony there.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then we go to the rose ceremony, and it's Chris Harrison standing beside the podium.
Which I was like, oh, is Chris going to give out the roses?
I know. I was really excited, and he didn't.
I know. I was so disappointed by that.
Right? But he is announcing which couples will be continuing on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Pat made a good point. Say you're a couple that continue to go on, that you don't want to continue with that person, you could not accept the rose.
Right.
And so he was like, that's why Chris isn't handing out the roses. And I was like, oh, good job, Pat.
So the roses go to Jamie and Trevor, Natasha and Ryan, Rudy and Matt, Bree and Chris, Julia and Sheridan, and Savannah and Brandon. So Becca and Danny are heading home.
Yes, Becca and Danny are heading home, and I just find it interesting that after Julia and Sheridan get chosen, she comes back and is like, "Yeah, I got the rose."
Oh, I know.
She air punched.
Right, and then she gets all the way back there, and she's like, "Well, I hope Brandon comes home or goes home, so that way I can focus on my feelings for Sheridan." And I'm like, "Dude, stop."
And then she caps it off by going, "And I'm wondering if Brandon's still thinking about me."
Yeah. So annoying. I hate her.
If you are only concerned about Savannah and her relationship with Brandon, are you really there for the right reasons?
Right?
And playing Sheridan, I just feel so bad for Sheridan.
I know.
bad for Sheridan.
So
And
bad.
he's trying to be so hopeful because he really has feelings for her, and
I'd just be walking away. I'd walk away.
I know. I would too.
Not
Be like,
worth it.
you know what? Fuck you.
We have 3 weeks left. A lot has happened in 3 weeks. I thought 6 weeks was going to be a very short period of time, but
I think it is a short period because I would enjoy seeing more of what we're not seeing.
That's true.
I feel like that's what they should do. They should go back and show us like unaired stuff instead of doing recap shit of stuff we've already
by
seen.
the time we know who wins, would we want to even go back and revisit the past?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe they should have just taken a little bit more time and reproduced the whole series to be like 16 episodes.
Well,
Right?
they were testing the waters, and I don't know if this show will be as popular if it's not quarantine time.
I don't know. See, like this
You guys
to me
are weird to me.
This gets me more into Bachelor. Like I think they
agree.
should do all of them like this. This is amazing.
I
This
like
is
that it's
so much more interesting than
Oh, yeah.
one guy and 45 women.
it's different and they're real, and even though there's drama, like it's not the extensive drama that we see in the regular Bachelor and Bachelorette seasons. And I think that's what I like about it is because we have gotten so inundated with all of the drama of the 20-year-olds like Jamie that you stick. What was that?
She was just repeating you.
I said, Jamie.
Oh. I was like, whoa.
We have a ghost.
I don't know.
And even
I really
like
love it.
I love it too. And even Pat was like, I like that they cuss.
Yes.
He's like, they just feel more real.
There is that.
agree.
Yes.
And I think I said it last time. I like that it's guys and girls, and there aren't the predetermined cliques that happen with
Yes.
Bachelor in Paradise.
I agree. And I really do. I love the musical aspect to it. I like that there's the creativity and we get to like see things and how they're feeling through that song. And their chemistry. It's kind of cool. It builds it on more than just like a vain
Yeah.
stage.
I could see that. So we'll see what happens next week. What are you guys listening to?
So I have started listening. Ashley's gonna smack me.
Why?
So Ashley Flowers from True Crime was asked to do a podcast on Parcast Network, and it is like this supernatural podcast. And so they talk about like conspiracy theories or like missing people or murdered people where there's a conspiracy theory along with it. Because I think the supernatural is very interesting. I just spit everywhere.
I tried to listen to that one.
I really liked it because it's kind of like, have you guys heard of the death of, what is it, like Lisa Lim or Lisa Lamb or something like that? It's the Asian girl that goes missing from the elevator.
In California, the hotel in California. Yeah.
Like, if you actually dig into that and the whole, like, background of her and, like, how she potentially went missing and, like, there might have been an Asian, like, folklore or something like that she was doing a rhyme on. It's insane. So I just find that kind of stuff very interesting. So I've been listening to that.
So let me ask you a question. Is it set up is that podcast set up the same way her other podcast is?
So it's only her. And so she tells the story in the same like voice and manner that she does on her other one. But I don't know about like the research and how that all goes about. But there's nobody else in there that's like feeding in the additional commentary that you know was already planned.
I might like it better.
I have not. I am way behind in podcasts. Like, I took a walk yesterday morning, and since it was 5:30, Steve wasn't awake, so I was like, which podcast do I listen to? And I chose Southern Fried True Crime, and it was good. It was a good one. Yeah.
I'm also really enjoying Janet, and I think you and I have been doing it. Ashley, I don't think I've been doing it. But like the 30 Days of Songs, I think that's fun.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah, you guys.
That's how I start my day.
It's so much fun.
It is. Are you watching anything new?
No. I mean, new for me. I think I told you guys this, that I watched The Matrix
Right.
Oh, yeah,
told
that's
you
right.
for the first time.
How was it?
It was great. I really liked it.
Good.
The first one's really good, and I watched the second one, but I don't know that I've ever watched fully the third one.
Yeah, Pat hadn't seen the third one, and the third one had their worst reviews. And I mean, is what it is. It probably was. It's not the worst 3-part movie series I've ever seen, but they're coming out with a fourth one.
Why?
Really?
Yeah, it's coming out. I think 2022, maybe.
Nope,
Wow.
not watching it.
But we did finish Big Bang, and it's so sad.
It's so
I
sad to
know.
see it go.
Especially because we did a little research about it, and apparently they ended it because Jim Parsons wanted to move on, but
Really?
none of the rest of them were ready to move on, so they couldn't get him back, so they decided to end it.
Because he's
I
kind of
didn't know
the
Well, yeah,
main focus.
they wouldn't want to write him out and then try to continue on. That would have been a failure.
Well, and I mean, he's been doing Little Sheldon.
Yes. Young Sheldon.
He has?
Very.
Yeah, the voice. He does the voice of young Sheldon.
Sometimes, Ashley, I wonder where you are.
Well, they because they were already going to be signed on for 2 more seasons.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
No,
Bummer,
he's been doing Little
Bummer
Sheldon, and I love
City,
it.
Young Sheldon.
Young Sheldon, yeah.
Young Sheldon.
Steve and I discovered, similar to Ashley, it's old, but it's new to us. It's on Netflix. It's Matt LeBlanc, who was Joey on Friends, and it's called Episodes.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I've heard about it.
Have you guys watched it?
No,
So
I've
it's-
heard it's good.
Yeah, one of the creators of Friends was also a creator on this one, and we are like zooming through. It's really funny.
I've been watching his Man with a Plan, and we really
I
like
love
that show.
Man with a Plan. Steve hates Man with a
so-
Plan.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
I love him. He's a totally different person in that show.
He is. I love his wife. It makes me think about the things that I do say to Nick.
But you don't. She's a little softer with the things.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're
a little
like
bit.
very direct. But I see the similarities.
Yep, it's like a combination of her and American Housewife. I love American Housewife.
Yes. So do we have a positive Polly?
Yeah, I'm dying of a hot flash, but yes. So the way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain.
Dolly Parton.
By Dolly Parton.
I knew that
Good
tune.
job.
I'm trying to find quotes that fit into our current scenario.
Yeah.
She got really loud there for a second.
I'm so sorry. I'm like, I know who said this. My queen. All right. From the wine book, number 38. The better the cooking wine, the more tasty the dish. Don't be tempted to cook with only the crummiest and cheapest wines available. Their poor quality will be detectable in the end result.
Yep,
Nah,
I agree.
I don't
Ashley's
cook
like,
with
no.
wine.
I only partly agree.
I've only cooked with wine 3 times, so I
Yeah.
really don't know what I'm talking about.
I have wine vinegar.
I made a lemon butter white wine sauce last night,
You fancy.
and I used
You
the
fancy.
shitty wine, and it was fine.
You fancy. I just pan-fried some cod and threw it on some lettuce, and we called it a salad. Good job, damn it.
I made beef and broccoli from scratch last night, and I used oyster sauce. You guys use that stuff?
Oh, it's so good.
No,
Oh my god, so good! It
Does
changed the entire meal.
does it smell better or worse than fish sauce?
Better because I don't think I noticed a smell.
No. It's got like a sweetness.
Yeah,
Okay, because I can't handle fish sauce.
yeah.
I don't know what fish sauce is.
It's exactly what it sounds like.
And it sounds disgusting. No, oyster
It
sauce
smells
is
like-
great.
It smells like an old vagina. It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Awesome. Before we go,
On that note,
Amber, talk about what you got from the boys in Wisconsin.
So Regan and Nick, we had a little virtual happy hour the other night, and then we also have been Marco Poloing, and they said that they sent me a package, and I was like, you guys didn't need to do that. Oh my God. I was so excited when it showed up. It has a unicorn marshmallow pop
Yummy.
in it, which is really fun because the sugar makes it look like it's covered in glitter.
Aww.
And then there was also a magical Easter unicorn, and it tastes like birthday cake apparently. So it's like a little chocolate unicorn, you know, like they have chocolate bunnies.
Yum.
And it has little like rainbow sparkles or sprinkles in it. And then they also sent me a bag of unicorn chocolate chips, which have come out
Yay.
recently, that are like blue and pink circled. And they sent me this little pretzel for
Little ornament.
yeah, it's a little
Is
ornament.
it an ornament? I love ornaments.
It's a little ornament, and it symbolizes friendship, because that's what the pretzel symbolizes for Oktoberfest. And they also sent me a little turtle charm that I put on my necklace with my unicorn.
You got spoiled.
They love
I
you.
know. I
You
love
are
them.
their
I miss
queen.
them so much. So it was really exciting. It was nice to get that.
See, it's stuff like that. Mother's Day is coming up in 11 days, so get your stuff in the mail.
Yeah.
If you choose.
Yeah. Got to think about that.
I got that. I got the Amazon order out today, so it'll be early. It's better than late.
You guys are such good daughters.
Typically, I forget. So
Look at me
and,
reminding
like,
you. Being a friend.
Mother's Day becomes 2 birthday presents.
Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on. I just disconnected the microphone with my foot.
I was gonna say, it sounds weird.
Okay, that's better, and I think that's a good sign that the Malibu's kicking in, and we should say goodbye.
Okay.
All right, everyone listening, thank you. Share us with your friends, and we'll be back next week.
Hold on. I would like to point out that I shared our podcast like nobody's business this week.
I know,
Yeah, you
almost every time I shared it, you shared it. Good job.
I did. Even when you didn't share it, I still shared it. I was on top of my game.
Did you have fun doing that?
It was good. It was easy. I
Good
shared
job.
it.
Here is a gold star.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Ashley, you don't get none.
Oh, wow. All right. Bye.
Bye.